child decides, okay, I'm going to be born into a gang. You know, no child decides, okay, I'm going to be born into poverty. No child decides I'm going to be born into a community that's not thriving. You know, and so they kind of have to bunch together in order to survive. You know.
So is there a way of doing it so it's positive?
I think so. I think they need to figure that out. I think we need to help them figure that out. You know, how to be a resource to one another, how to thrive and endeavor and persevere and flourish in a way that's holistic and healthy, rather than a way that's sustainable, rather than some of the things that they're doing instead of doing it in a better way.
So if their rite of passage was more to do with being responsible and less with some act of, you know, destruction, then the whole process of being a gang member could be something different.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of very wonderful rites of passage models that are even African American, and there's men I know who majorly have models in it. You know, I can think of a number of them. I'm not going to say any because if I mention one, I should mention all of them. You know, so I'm going to bypass on that. But there's you know, if we just took the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, for example, in Nguzo Saba, you know, I mean, we could make a whole lot of rites of passage stuff out of that, you know, and teaching we've designed our own locally, you know, Save Our Sons. Matter of fact, Save Our Sons is not an organization that I'm affiliated with. I was co-founder with Willie Nesbitt. You know, I never wanted to call us Save Our Sons, but that was what the group of guys decided we call ourselves. I wanted to call ourselves something of rites of passage, you know, where we take boys, because listen, when I was but a mere lad, my father would, you know, it was traditional for men to bring boys aside and say, son, sit down, here's the deal. Here's what's going on. You know, you make a baby, boy, you're going to take care of your baby. Not only going to take care of your baby, son, you're going to take care of your baby's mother. You understand that? Don't say nothing unless you can back it up. Don't make no excuses. When you say yes, say yes. If it means no, say no. You know, and my father always saying, son, but don't make excuses. You know why you don't make excuses? Because nobody wants to hear. You know.
I do know.
And so there's many things that I've gotten from my father. You know, you've heard the story so many times, but I promise you, this is where this story comes from. One night, my sister had a big event. It was her. I was like 16, 17, 15. We lived over at 1065 Dayton. My father made me do the dishes on my sister's name. I was livid. My father walked softly and carried a big stick. I thought he had left the door. So as soon as he left the door, I started washing from the kitchen, slamming pots and pans, and I'm saying things that are pretty bad. Things I would never say in his presence, using language I would never use in his presence. You know, if I'd known he was there, I wouldn't have gotten so angry. You know, but once he got, and so I'm in there slamming dishes, and I'm using language blankety blank blank, and I'm going, that ain't fair. Now you've heard people, you know, this is the original story. Other people have taken it and used it their own. But my father said, you know, he said, poke around the door. I think, oh man, I'm in trouble for this language I just been using, because it was a bunch of 4-letter words put together, you know. But what had astonished him was that he said, pop around the corner, he said, fair? Fair? He said, boy, you 17 and expecting something to be fair. He said, boy, you gonna find out ain't nothing fair. Nothing is fair. You know, you can't wait for anything to be fair, for you to be yourself, for you to give respect and get respect. Now you get those dishes done.